luck to these lights.
Okay.
Around which they build 4 Pericilia.
But yeah, we're going to start chapter 4, right? I haven't played this in 2 weeks, so...
I believe we were about through with chapter 3.
Yeah, but...
Either that or we just started on 4.
Wings of fire.
I can't remember. I think we saved when chapter 4 started.
The white tiger, steely arms by which
okay, I think maybe we can start now. I think it's been 40 seconds, so...
Unclouded eyes.
Alright.
See all beneath the
I'll go ahead and pull up the title screen and everything.
Sorry?
Go ahead and get on the actual title screen.
A rigid shield.
Alright. Hey everyone, and welcome to our Final Fantasy stream. We are your hosts, Jared and Mike, and today we will be playing Type-0 on the PS4. Mike will be taking charge, taking us through the game. We typically have this stream on Saturdays from 9 a.m. Central Time for about an hour and a half, and on Sundays at 1:30 Central Time for roughly 1 hour. So, Mike, we took about a week break this time. We just had some crazy schedules, didn't we?
Exactly. I mean, I wasn't even around last weekend, so there was really no chance that I could have streamed Saturday and Sunday.
Yep. Pretty much just because both Mike and I, we're college students, so there's just that certain time during the year where you just don't have time to do anything except study.
Exactly.
Sorry to keep you. Effective immediately, you lot have been remanded to my charge. You're safe now.
You didn't come all the way to Milites just to confirm our identities and pick us up, did you?
Chancellor Kalia is in Milites for negotiations, on a long-term truce with the Empire. I am here as his attendant. As I am also your commander, it is my duty to brief you and give you instruction.
Commander, permission to speak freely.
What is it?
The Consortium must have known about our mission. Why would they agree to peace talks?
Because the Consortium had no reason to refuse. The Empire offered to make sweeping concessions.
But we succeeded in destroying their weapon prototype. They're just trying to stall for time!
The Empire made their proposal before you accomplished your mission. We didn't receive word because we were not able to contact you.
Does the Consortium honestly believe that the Empire has no ulterior motive?
Whatever the other side may have in mind, once the treaty is drawn up and signed, this war will be over. Any further questions? It will be some time before the peace negotiations conclude. I'm sure you're all exhausted from the operation. You may stay the night here and return to Rubrum tomorrow. You are on leave until tomorrow afternoon, with permission to move freely outside the military zone. It's not every day you get to visit the Militesi Imperial capital. Why not take a look around?
Yes, we will.
Don't forget, you are cadets. Make good use of your time. That is all.
There is no need for formalities here. Be at ease. Yes. Indeed.
You're the queen of...
I beg your pardon. I am Andoria Kaya Tronka von Peturia. I have come to Milites on behalf of Concordia to take part in the negotiations.
Wow! Not so loud.
Queen of Concordia? Oh, you serious, yo? I didn't think she ever left her castle, hey?
I bet only a handful of people outside the kingdom have ever seen her.
Your Majesty, what brings you to see us?
Yes, I know. You oppose the ceasefire.
No, Yes. I don't think it's right. The Empire invaded Rubru and defiled our crystal. How can we possibly ally with them now?
Your thoughts are at odds with the will of the crystals.
But we've sworn fealty to the crystal. And we have never betrayed that oath. How can you say that we're at odds with the crystal?
There are friends of mine who inform me of what the crystals are thinking. I was chosen by the dragons, and so my heart is united with theirs. The dragons are manifestations of the crystals. Ergo, our hearts are united with the crystals.
Are you saying that the crystals want this truce?
Look at the full picture. What the crystals wish for is balance among them. A world as it should be. In equilibrium. Certain fates cannot be achieved through bloodshed. If you fail to understand that, then you will bear the burden of Phoenix.
And why are you telling us all of this?
That is because you, as I have seen it, are the final cogs.
Oh.
May the path you follow be bright and...
So, why did she come here again?
Machina, at the very end, what did the Queen say to you?
Well, I'm not really sure. Something about a choice. It didn't make any sense.
But what does she mean by balance? Are we supposed to just sit back and do nothing? How are we just supposed to accept that what she says is in fact the will of the crystals? You know, I can't talk to dragons. But if the crystals don't want a war, then what exactly is it that we're fighting for?
Well, that was a lot of story exposition.
Yeah, this part of the game is what I like to think of where, one, the story gets complicated, and two, Machina becomes irritation.
It appears I'm under-leveled. Yeah, next mission is apparently for... You require to be level 23 and I'm just an average of 16. That doesn't look good.
Well. Yeah, no, we need to do some level grinding.
I'm a little tired.
You don't look so good. You should get some rest. I'll stay here with you.
That's okay. You wanted to see what's out there, didn't you? But thanks. You're still the kind Machina I always knew.
Not really. It's just that looking around Milites won't fix anything. That's all.
Uh-oh. Are you blushing?
If you're healthy enough to tease me, then you're fine.
I'll just take a little break here.
Yeah. I'll rest for a bit, too.
But I think I'll still manage. I mean, I doubt that the mission will be that tough.
I don't like it one bit. We were just in the thick of it. And now suddenly, here we are, on standby, stuck in the middle of enemy territory? This has got to be the stupidest order ever!
And there's a lot of cutscenes here as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong? You're all pensive.
I was just wondering, why did they want to give us this room?
Hmm?
Observe our surroundings, Sync. The barred windows, the guarded exits.
Maybe it's a guest room. There's running water in here. It's nice.
Perhaps.
Damn vehicles outside. Not sure if you heard the noise or not.
I heard a little bit of it. Actually, whenever me and Brendan, when we were recording the podcast, for whatever reason, a ton of cars just kept running by my road throughout the entire recording. Thankfully, he was able to get all out of the audio.
That was very lucky.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember when something similar happened on the HGU
I understand
podcast.
you wanted to talk to me?
Well,
I missed the HGU
I
podcast.
thought long and hard about whether I should inform you of this or not. And perhaps I may regret doing so, considering the current circumstances.
Sir, what is this about?
It's about your brother. I understand that you're not satisfied with the information you've received about his death. I've been informed that you've recently made inquiries pertaining to your brother's death.
I can't find any records about the mission. My brother was on that day.
As I'm sure you've guessed by now, he was killed in the line of duty while completing a top-secret mission.
My brother on a top-secret mission?
Class Zero's involvement in the Capital Liberation Campaign was highly classified. Even I didn't know until the last minute. Therefore, it suddenly became necessary to dispatch a liaison between Class Zero and Operation HQ. The liaison that was chosen turned out to be your brother.
That's why he was so far out on the front lines?
Yes. Your brother died because of Dr. Aracia and Class Zero. You could even go so far as to say they were the ones who killed him. He was originally assigned to a different mission, but Class Zero took him for their own use and sent him to his death. It was unnecessary. Your brother didn't have to die.
They killed my brother?
Class Zero and the Doctor's objectives remain a mystery to us. That is why we assigned you there, to monitor their actions. But to think there was such a connection between you and Class Zero. If it is too hard on you to be with them and fulfill your mission, I'll pull some strings to get you assigned to a different class. Of course, then it will fall to Rem Tokimia alone to monitor them.
No! Please wait! I can't leave Rem alone with them. I mean, for one thing, I don't think Rem could spy on her own classmates.
She's too kind-hearted for that. I'll remain on my assignment in Class 0.
Oh, such courage. Just what I'd expect from Kunagiri's brother. If you see anything suspicious, report it right away.
Right. Brother, I swear to you, they took you away from me, but I will become stronger than any of them. I lost you, and my memories of you. But I will never lose Rem. I will protect her, no matter what.
This is the part where I started to dislike Machina. I mean, it's so obvious he's just a tool in that guy's plans.
Yeah, this is pretty... I was going to say about the same thing. You know, this is when I was pretty much done with making this character. I mean, that whole cutscene made him look like an idiot. Also, the Commandant was super obnoxious, because, you know, he doesn't really care about anything other than showing up Alracia.
Exactly. I mean, it kind of reminds me of Terra in Kingdom Hearts, but I mean, it was not so obvious as this particular case. I mean,
yeah, at least Terra was likable.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, you understood why he was doing it. Kind of made sense. And also, the bad guy did a better job of manipulating him.
Huh? You Rubrum folk reek of crystal. I can't stand it. What's that supposed to mean? Unlike we Militasi, you're like lapdogs to your crystal. I'm getting nauseous just breathing the same air. Hey! You want a piece of this, yo? Huh. You say you work for the good of the crystal, then bare your fangs during a ceasefire? You animals.
Stop. Don't listen to him.
I'll take on as many Rubrum dogs as they throw at me.
You say we're the lapdogs for the crystal. But I'd say you make a much better pet for Sid.
What did you say?
What happened to your emperor who sustained this realm? Why do you follow Sid so blindly?
How dare you speak of Marshal Sid that way?
Should have known not to try reasoning with a lapdog. Let's go.
Yeah. Curse you, Red Scourge of the Empire.
This is
one of the King is awesome.
Exactly. I mean, this is one of the best cutscenes for King. I mean, there was that guy trying to angry Nine, and King just comes along and completely destroys, so to say, that guy. And there's one thing that annoyed me in this particular area. No matter what you do, you won't have enough time to see all the cutscenes. I mean, you get another cutscene there, and you have other two here, and you only have 4 hours, which means you can only watch 2 of them. And there's another whole area up ahead, so I'll just talk with Cater.
Gil, for your thoughts?
Oh, this is our first time in Militas, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's deja vu. I just feel like I know this place.
Maybe you saw a picture at the Crystarium.
No. I'm not Queen. I don't read stuff.
You should at least read our mission briefs.
And here was a major hint as to the overall story of the game. One particular element that we have yet to see. We only.
Oh, you mean with catered?
Yep, I mean the whole deja vu thing. I mean, it's only later in the game that you realize about the whole circumstances that this world works. I mean, it's all a cycle that keeps repeating over and over, and for some reason, Cater kind of reminds of these events. So she remembers seeing the city, and I think this is not the only cutscene. I think there are at least another two where she mentions the same thing.
Yeah, it happens several other times.
Not to give the Empire credit, but this is some town, huh?
How do you mean?
Well, the Empire doesn't use magic in daily life like we do in the Dominion. But then, how did they build a city like this?
They have their MAs in lieu of magic.
Well, yeah, I get your point, but still.
Before we came here, Queen told me that MAs also use power drawn from the crystal, and convert its magic-like properties into energy.
Oh.
So in a way, you can say this land was built with the power of crystals, just like ours was.
Yeah, that does make sense. You and Queen are so smart.
Okay, time to start the mission. Let's see if this is as tough as they say it is.
You know, I was kind of thinking, if they were wanting you to explore their town a little bit, you think they would make it a little more diverse looking. Because, I mean, really everything's just gray buildings. There's really nothing to the place.
They said that it was to explore, but in the end it was just so you could have some dialogue and cutscenes.
What's up?
There are a lot of soldiers here, and I think they're watching us.
Well, of course. I mean, sure, a ceasefire's in place. But to them, having us here is like having rogue MAs on the loose.
I guess.
Take care of it.
What was that?
I don't know. To the Concordians, we must be like a dragon without a rider.
Yeah.
And while you don't get to explore the town, I mean, it doesn't have that much variety. The few cutscenes that it has, it gives some background on the story. I mean, you saw how Jack was talking about how they built the city, and that hint about the whole cycle. There were a few things here and there that add a bit to the story. I think that was the whole purpose. Okay, mission time.
The robin has returned to the nest. I repeat, the robin has returned to the nest.
This feeling.
A crystal jammer?
An Imperial attack?
As I suspected, we've been sitting in their trap this whole time. You see...
Not now, Trey!
Oh.
Run! The Chancellor and Crescent
Visual! Seize them all!
Run for it! If we stay here, we'll suffer the same fate. Let's move on.
Yeah, I remember when I saw what's your face get shot for the first time. I was like, oh, come on, I like that character.
It was so sudden and out of nowhere. It was a big surprise for me as well.
Yeah. Actually, we missed the cutscene where you can actually talk to her, and you she actually has a completely different personality.
But it was like I was saying before, we don't have enough time to watch all the cutscenes, so I just had to pick a few. And I think I'm going with Gator.
You are authorized to use firearms. Exterminate the target.
I think this is actually one of the levels I like best in the series.
So you mean we fell right into their trap?
I mean, in the game.
Why is that?
Well, it's basically because everything's kind of blown up in your face. You know, you're in the heart of the city, and the whole city's turned on you. And you're kind of in this hopeless situation. But also you get to see a lot more of the city, because we're going to be traveling from the building to different areas of the town, their railway system, stuff like that. And also there's a nice little mini boss battle I enjoy.
The Scorpion, or are you talking about
the Scorpion?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think that was at least one of the bosses they reused from Crisis Core.
Yeah, definitely a similar design.
I wasn't sure if this was going to be easy, but it doesn't look like that hard. Although the enemies are level 23, so maybe I'm just getting lucky. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I mean, typically whenever I would play through this, if I was a few levels lower, I would have a tough time. I guess maybe it's just this one level.
Probably. I mean, although the game gives you freedom to play the missions in the main menu, the fact is that you can't play any missions, at least from a story perspective, at this point, because you're stuck at the city. Your only option is really to go out in the main menu and replay missions if you want to level up.
Right.
But that's probably the reason why this mission isn't that hard.
They are setbacks, so why should we? I said we go all out on them, yo!
Yeah, I remember, and it was actually earlier in the game. It wasn't. I wasn't even at chapter 4 for some specific mission. I had to keep training all my characters, and I spent, I think, hours replaying missions and doing the training segments.
Was that the
I
mission?
think a lot of it was.
I'm closing the barrier to keep them in one place.
I think it was because I wasn't sure which characters I needed to use, so like I was just training everything.
Just out of curiosity, was that the mission with the dragons? When you had trouble?
It might have been.
I remember
there's 2 or 3 levels where I had trouble, so I don't know, I don't remember which one specifically. Well, no, one of them was the dragons. It's where you find the dragons, and at some point these weird undead fish-looking creatures come at you, and like that they're like one-hit kills. That one I remember I needed to train for a little bit.
I figured as much. I remember playing when I played the PSP version, which was a lot tougher. I remember that mission was really tough. I had to grind a lot, and when I mean a lot, it was easily like 4 or 5 levels for each character. I don't know why I wasn't able to kill that guy. That was weird.
Yeah, they never let you kill him for some reason.
You don't have to tell me.
Beginning descent!
It's up to you.
It's my turn!
It's about time!
Well, I didn't forget to add one ranged character. Otherwise, this would be bad. Really? What was?
That's funny.
And I lost one character already.
It's kind of funny how even the ships, they can have a little rage mode. Even though that makes no sense.
Well, it depends if the person controlling it is in rage mode. I mean, I get what you're saying, but maybe the driver was like, I'm just really tired of you, I'm going all out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that doesn't explain the increase in damage. I couldn't understand maybe throwing more missiles or stuff like that, but doing more damage doesn't make any sense.
Right.
It's all up to you. You don't have to tell me.
Actually, did you ever play the Agito Final Fantasy game that came out on phones?
Not really.
Me neither. I was just wondering. I mean, typically I don't play that many smartphone games to begin with. It feels like my fingers getting away at the screen too much. But I believe it actually adds a little bit to the story. It talks about some of the characters you only see briefly in here.
I only read about the game a bit in Wikipedia, and I did see it gets some background on other characters. It also changes the character from type class 0. I mean, you know how class 0 is composed by these 14 members, right? But in that game, I think only Ace is part of class 0. I think all the other characters in that class are different characters. And basically, the remaining characters are split among other classes. So for example, 7 might be in class 3, and 8 might be in class 4, and stuff like that. It's very different. It's not like it's a completely different cycle. I mean, the whole classes are different, and the outcome is very different as well.
It's up to you now.
It's my turn.
Yeah, I guess that's just kind of why, and another reason why I don't get the Square Enix iPhone games is just because unless it's a port of a main series game, it's not really about the story, so you have to work a lot to get any bit of story, and really that's what I want more than anything else is some story. I don't want to have to spend hours working for it.
Exactly.
Which is also why I have no intention of getting Unchained Key.
I mean, Unchained Key, when you try to understand from the perspective of a big series, I mean, I think it's more important than this because Type-0 can't stand on its own, while Kingdom Hearts can't. I mean, there's probably a big chunk of the story in Kingdom Hearts 3 that's connected to Kingdom Hearts Key, so I think it's important to play the game, or at least read about it in Wikipedia.
It does have a good connection because it's talking about the whole Book of Prophecy thing. However, from what the guys on the Kingdom Hearts Union podcast were saying is, you're only getting snippets of a story about every 50 missions. And I'm not going to play through hundreds of missions to get that story. I would sooner just Wikipedia it or find a YouTube channel that's got the cutscenes.
You don't have to tell me.
I'm probably the same. I mean, if the game was, how should I say, a bit more it had more variety in terms of gameplay and story. I would probably give it a try, but like you said, the guys at KH Union, they basically said that the game is really repetitive, so there's no point for me to play the game. I'll just wait for the story to be complete and either watch a YouTube playthrough or go to Wikipedia. And even
this park level right here is also like where like we go through different transitions, we get to see a lot of different pieces of the city. Because of the environment here we're about to go into is very different than what we've seen so far.
I'll just save just in case. I mean, I already lost one character, so in case I mess up, I always have to save.
Yeah, well, considering what you're about to run into.
This was a really dumb move. If they really want to kill us, they could have just run over us with a train.
Yep.
Destroy targets immediately.
But unless they are in rage mode, I don't think this is a really tough mission.
It's up to you now.
It's my turn.
I think it's best if I change to another character because Seven is the only healer I have right now.
We have not been able to apprehend the targets.
But we lost them isn't going to cut it! They're wanted for the assassination of the Queen of Concordia. We must find them!
Sir!
Assassination of the Queen?
No. It's no use. I can't contact the Dominion.
It can't be.
Don't tell me they got the Chancellor, too. Is Rubrum safe?
I still have my memories of the Chancellor. And Grossamay was by his side.
If we can still remember Kurasame and the Chancellor, that means that they're still alive and well.
Alive and well for now. Maybe a better way to put it.
But then why don't they respond? And why do they think we did it?
Maybe the crystal made us forget killing her somehow.
But if that were true, we should still remember that we assassinated someone.
That is an excellent deduction on your part, Rem. One with which I am inclined to agree wholeheartedly. I remember that we were introduced to the Queen of Concordia. However, I don't remember the Queen herself. So, she must really be dead. Furthermore, if everyone else's memories are the same, then we obviously had dealings with the Queen. In which case, that would certainly be more than enough evidence to implicate us in the assassination.
One more thing. This is only a theory, but it's possible that we were chosen as the killers. From the beginning, before the assassination took place.
You've got to be kidding! What do you mean, we? Leave me and Rem out of this!
Just a moment, Queen. What do you mean now?
Well, how else might you explain those Imperial soldiers descending directly upon our room?
Now that you mention it, it is kind of strange that they gave us leave here instead of sending us home.
You can't mean... the Dominion would sacrifice us.
Machina, that's enough, okay? You're not going to come up with any answers right now.
Either way, it would be wise for us to avoid getting caught. We need to get out of here now.
The
assassins must not be allowed to escape!
I mean, although the whole thing about you forget the dead is can be seen as a bad thing, at least you can use it to figure out if someone you care about is well and good. At least there's something positive about it.
Yeah, honestly, I just found the whole thing, I mean, it was interesting, but I also found it mostly annoying. Because the whole you forget the dead thing is basically why Machina is such a jerk throughout the rest of the game.
I mean, it's not really about forgetting the dead, it's more like he blames Class 0 for his brother's death. It's not really the same, but... And the camera is real messy.
Oh, it used to be worse. I remember when I had got this, I didn't update it immediately. And without the update, the camera was a big pain. Every time you turned around, the whole screen would blur. It used to be much more frustrating.
But was this a day one patch or something similar, or was a few months after the game release?
I won't say it was a few days after the release. It definitely wasn't a day one patch.
It's because I only played the HD remaster, I think it was 2 weeks after its release, so... I probably didn't notice that.
I got mine several months after it released.
Oh,
but
okay.
I was just so excited to play it, I ignored the update.
It's because I don't remember the update, so... It was probably after I got to play the game, so... One thing I need to do before our next stream as well is upgrade our weapons. It's not really doing much right now.
Yeah.
I was waiting for a chance to get to the Behemoth Cave, because you get some really good weapons without spending any money, so...
Yeah, some of the best weapons I got were actually replaying the missions. You have to do it though on the next level of difficulty though, I believe. But those weapons are... The only weapons better than those that you get from replaying the missions are the ones you get when you fight Gilgamesh for the secret weapons. But I mean, by the time you get those, there's really no point in having them, because then you beat the final boss.
Yeah, there's really no point in doing that. I mean, unless you want to finish any post-game side content, like the Tower of Gito and some tougher missions.
Oh yeah, that's right, because while your characters can only hit like level 100, these guys are like a level 120.
Yeah, I didn't even try to do that.
Targets acquired.
And this is where things get creepy. At least a little bit. I'll just run. At least the undead is not that fast, otherwise it would be a pain.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's kind of like Michael Myers from the movies. He's super slow, but he'll kill you in a couple hits.
I just hope that my team doesn't fall behind. Otherwise, I don't know if they'll dodge the attacks or not. And I'd rather not lose any more members.
Yeah, with the guy who's lumbering towards us, I don't think there's actually a spot in the game where you have to kill him. I think that's never a requirement in the other levels.
If I'm not mistaken, I think you get to place a few of them in the ruins of what's it called? The kingdom that was destroyed.
Oh yeah, of the turtles.
Exactly. I don't remember the name right now, but basically in those ruins you get to place them. But I think that's the only part of the game where you can actually beat them. Really? She's knocking her. At least it's still overpowered. I better run, otherwise I'll just lose more characters.
Back up! Leave it to me! I have failed.
Lost Gray as
I
well.
believe you have to chase that guy. I think you have to chase the guy who just ran off. I think he has the key.
Probably, but I have that guy in the front, so... dead end.
Oh, I don't know if they're doing this in the European store, but Square Enix is doing a big sale for the next few days. Basically everything, including their PC games, have been marked off up to 80%. And I believe all the Steam games are 50% off.
I think it's only the North American, not exactly sure.
Nah. Yeah, I almost thought about getting some stuff from there, but I'm going to hold off until the sale is actually on Steam itself.
That's a wise decision. I mean, Steam is the best place to buy PC games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you do get a Steam key, but I just prefer actually getting it from the website instead of having to buy a key and then use it like that. But also the sale they had it on, it's basically the same amount Steam does whenever they have a sale on Final Fantasy games. And typically for Square Enix titles, you have to just wait a month or two for them to go on sale.
It's getting a bit tough here. Finally. I think I lost 3 characters so far, right? It was Gray, Kater. It was 9 exactly. Lost 2 characters so far.
Oh, in the chat, Big Guys 123 said that this game actually deleted his save data. Looks like he was pretty far through, also.
Wow. That's
if you're level 40, you're about ready to beat the game.
Probably, I mean,
actually,
level 40, I'd say probably chapter 7. But most likely, yeah.
Yeah, I actually had something similar happen to me with Final Fantasy V. I was playing it on iOS because of the cloud saves. Because beforehand I was playing on PS3, but it's extremely buggy. Like every time you save, a bug triggers. But for some reason, my cloud saves never actually made it to the Apple server. And there was one point where I had to make room on my phone for more data. So when I finally got back to playing Final Fantasy V, every bit of my data was gone, and I didn't even bother. And that's when I decided that I would just start playing Final Fantasy on Steam and Steam only. So I didn't have to worry about losing save data, because I had the same thing happen to me also with the 13 and 13-2 when I was trophy hunting.
Yeah, I understand the feeling. I mean, I think it's a lot more tough when the game randomly just decides to delete the save file, but I also had occasions where I accidentally deleted the save file. I remember also when my PS3 stopped working, I pretty much lost everything that was in there. Every save file that I had completed to 100% and stuff like that, lost everything.
Yeah. See, at least with the PS3 games, the issue with that was, without realizing it, my PS3 was shut off improperly. So it did the whole system reboot type spiel. But I never had a PlayStation Plus account, so nothing was backed up. So I lost everything.
I mean, I don't even use the cloud system anymore, because I rather have my save files in my computer, because I mean, it's a lot safer to have things in your computer than some random cloud server. At least that's my opinion. I mean, I have Plus and I never use that feature.
I just did it out of convenience, because I knew if I tried to do it the USB way, I would keep forgetting.
I'm just a little dizzy. I'll be fine. Would you like to rest a little while? We can't. The enemy would spot us here. We can't sacrifice the whole team for one member.
She's only saying we need to find a safer place.
I'm fine. Really. Sorry to worry you all. Let's go, Makina.
Damn it.
Okay. But you really should get Final Fantasy 15. I mean, losing the save files, I mean, it's a rare occurrence. I mean, your situation with Type-0 was a perfect coincidence. I mean, it's not a known issue, so it could have happened with any game. And Final Fantasy 15 does look amazing. I mean, we better hope it is, because that game has been in development for a decade.
Yeah. Yeah, my only hesitation about it is just that the battle system is so different from the other series we've gotten so far. But I mean, as far as like the graphics, the story, the music, all that stuff, you know, I'm excited. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. It's just that the combat's just very different from what I'm used to.
I mean, I
already have it pre-ordered and everything, though. I got it to where I'll actually have it preloaded on my PS4.
As for me, I'm the kind of person that pretty much plays everything, so even if the gameplay style has changed since previous Final Fantasies, it's not something that bothers me. However, one thing that I disliked about the game, but the overall development, is how it took so long and it changed directors midway through, so...
Which, if I remember correctly, we started seeing progress with Final Fantasy 15 once Square Enix got the new president. That's kind of when the company started going through some shifts.
But the director was previously Tetsuya Nomura, right? And although I trust Tabata as a director, I mean, he's the one that developed Type-0 after all. I would have kind of liked to see Nomura's vision on the game instead of Tabata's, so it's not that I'm not looking forward to the game, but I would have preferred to see the other vision of the game.
I'm fine with it either way. I'm just happy that now Nomura can focus on Kingdom Hearts 3.
even with that, I mean, he's still busy with the Final Fantasy VII remake, so...
Ah, that's right.
It's not just one project he has on his hands. And... speaking about his enemy here, I lost 7. This is what I was talking about earlier, because I know I'll be able to dodge that guy's attacks, but I wasn't so sure about the AI partners. Okay. So I think I'll go along with Ace.
It's your turn.
Yes, I think this is what, roughly halfway through the level we're at.
I'll say just in case. I already lost 4 team members. This section is really impressive if you take into account that this was originally on PSP. I mean, it's not that impressive from a current generation perspective, but back then on the PlayStation Portable, this was impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of them doing anything like this in Kingdom Hearts or Crisis Core when they were out on PSP.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you look at this at the past of the PlayStation Portable, Square Enix was one of the best developers to create games on the platform. I mean, you also had Sony with games like God of War. You also had, I think it was Insomniac, if I'm not mistaken, developing Ratchet and Clank titles, which also looked really good on the platform.
Those were kind of received mixed reviews, but Daxter, even though it was a super short game, that game was amazing on PSP.
Mm-hmm. I can understand the Ratchet and Clank Size Matter game, but the Secret Agent Clank, that game was amazing on PSP, and it was without a doubt one of my favorites on the platform.
Really, that was the one I didn't like. I liked Size Matters.
Size Matters for me, I had some issues. I mean, the camera was terrible, and the controls weren't that great either, but for some reason, I really enjoyed the Secret Agent Clank.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also PSP had the Monster Hunter games on there, which were pretty fantastic.
Yeah, but in the end we're talking about another Japanese developer.
Yeah.
If you look at it, it's very similar to how the PlayStation Vita is now, but it's just that the PS Vita doesn't get that much support even from Japanese developers. It's only Sony itself.
Sony themselves said it's now considered a legacy system, which is a very nice way of saying it's dead in the water.
It's a shame though. I mean, I was going to buy the PlayStation Vita eventually because I always thought to myself, well, at some point some really good game is going to come along and I'm just going to buy the Vita for that one game. But that day never came.
No, it never happened. I mean, no joke, I actually bought a Vita twice because the first time there were some games I wanted to play. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, you know, I'll give the Vita another shot. Maybe more good stuff will come out. Nothing ever did. Really, I would have been better off just to rebuy a PSP.
I still have my PSP and still get to play on it once in a while. And I'm not sure what's going on here, but I'm having trouble with the aim. For some reason it's not aiming at the enemy properly, so that's why I'm kind of attacking in the air, which is odd. I'm trying to aim at the guy, but for some reason there's no aim, so I'll have to randomly attack like this. Never experienced that issue before.
Yeah, I was about to say, typically that's not a problem.
Hopefully I'm near the end of the mission.
Actually, we still got a good ways to go.
That map proves it.
Yeah, I'd say we probably got another 30 minutes on this.
Guess I'll save again just in case. And I still have my favorite characters, so I guess that's going to be okay. I still have Machina, I still have Ace, Jack. Each character is overpowered in its own way.
If I remember correctly, these trucks, they'll lock their doors back, but you can get a key. And once it's just small items, it's really nothing to write home about. It's just like the potions and whatnot, but you can get items from them.
Yep. It's a shame though, I mean, I think you have a limited amount of keys you can get, so if I remember correctly at least. So it would be more interesting if each truck had at least some decent rewards for each one. I think it's in this section that you get the keys right.
Release the Wildcats! Attack!
I believe so. But I don't think the keys work with all the trucks.
Really?
Yeah, I remember there was some trucks, even though it did say they required a key, none of the keys I obtained would actually work.
Wasn't aware of that. And here come more flying enemies. At least the camera isn't messing up this time around. Yep, here's one key. I'll just use on this truck over here. I can't go back in either way.
Yeah, well, there's more trucks that we'll run into.
I think it's here that we get to... Yep, I knew it.
Yep.
Here's the Scorpion.
Like I mentioned before, this is one of those instances where that song will play, and I'm like, oh god, it sounds like someone's about to die, or my character's about to die.
Yeah, it's a really strange and creepy song.
It's probably my favorite one in the soundtrack.
just change over to Machina.
You can trust me!
Really? I lost 2 characters. This is what I hate about the ally AI. And I lost Ace on top of it. Damn.
It's on now! You'll pay with your lives! Die!
Really? The truck was destroyed?
Oh no, it's supposed to do that. Whenever you eat away enough of her health, she'll start firing missiles. You want her to hit the truck. She'll help you proceed to the next area.
I didn't remember about that, so I was a bit surprised.
Yep.
I need to get
still
a
gotta
range
fight it, though.
I'll go on with King.
It's your turn!
Step aside.
Hopefully Machina doesn't die on its own.
Yeah, well, I don't think you actually have to worry about eating at her health. I think she just does a few ceiling attacks and then leaves you alone.
I was just doing that in case because I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 characters left. And I'm going along with I have Sing, Sis, Queen and Ram as healers, so I guess I'll just bring one of them. But yeah, we'll hopefully finish this chapter today because this chapter is just this one mission. That's why it's a big one.
Yeah, I didn't really remember though that the some of these chapters were so short.
Mm-hmm.
What are monsters doing here?
I need a serious upgrade to my equipment.
You can trust me!
Yeah, well also, even though your characters have leveled up several times, you haven't really done nothing to them.
Yep. I did get some ability upgrades, but that was all about I did. Still, Machina is still overpowered, like you just saw. This way. There's some treasure over here, so I'll just try and get the treasure. I just
I wonder why it is that in this city there's so many monsters lurking around.
I mean, it is not that surprising. If I remember correctly, weren't they doing some experiments here?
I don't remember.
I think that was the reason, but still, Even if Rubble has its own monsters at their door, so it isn't that surprising that the Empire has its monsters hidden below the city. Uh-oh. King is about to die. And he just did.
Got you made a roll.
He ends now. Just imagine how overpowered is Machina with some decent equipment. Still have a long way to go.
Yeah, let's avoid getting the treasures for now, because we're coming up on the end time of our stream.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? Maybe the next areas are short, so. We still have around 20 minutes, so maybe I'll be able to finish this quickly. And I just noticed that I have no ranged characters at the moment. Just so I don't get stuck inside a barrier or something like that. Well, Behemoth? Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess as long as I have Machina, things will be alright.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the only behemoth I've been able to beat.
And here's this guy in rage mode. Have to be careful. I'm sure it's a one-hit KO. What the hell? He's so fast.
I thought he got you for a second.
Oh, damn, I have no... Leave me alone. Have to heal quickly. Close. Very close. Sig didn't have any more MP, so she couldn't heal me. I'll just give her 2 eaters. Okay, that was a really dumb move. There's a heal point over here, and I just wasted 2 eaters.
There's no way to explain this to the king.
Now that dragon who just talked, I didn't see what his name was. That's the only time you ever see him in the game. Like, they don't follow up on any of that.
Are you sure? I think there were some side missions that gave some backstory on it. Not sure. I know there's some side missions on the what's it called, the Empire of the Dragons. How's it called?
They're outside that building.
No, I don't remember it exactly.
The Concordia, right?
Right.
Basically, there's some side missions there. They basically give some backstory on some of the characters, and I think it was that specific character that just took off, if I'm not mistaken. Just wanted to point out that if I sometimes don't remember the name of a kingdom, is because I played the game in Japanese, and basically the Japanese version, not the Japanese version, but the Japanese dub, has a completely different name for these kingdoms. And I'm stuck here.
I'll kill you!
Really?
You're dead!
I don't believe you have to actually kill them, you just have to wait for the robot to leave.
Yeah. That just happened now.
Over there!
I was started with here, I had to start over. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me because that happened to me once so far.
I think they expect that at least one of your characters will be throwing magic.
If it's a long-range magic, depending on the magic you are using, it's not going to be long-ranged. I think we are nearly there. Hopefully we'll be able to finish this mission.
Terrorists! Kill them!
Wow, they just
called us. I suggest, because I believe you'll come to a safe crystal soon, I suggest that you get Ifrit and summon him during battle.
Do you think it will be faster?
It will go faster, and he's got enough long-range attacks to help out.
Okay. It's just I'm not used to summon Eidolon, so...
Yeah. Well, actually, since you haven't used him before, he'll be at the lowest level, but I think he'll still help. Just make sure you sacrifice a character you don't like using.
Okay. How fast I can kill this guy. No. I'm having a really tough time here. No.
Oh, son.
No. That was really close.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I'm really pushing my luck here.
Yeah, you should not be alive.
What will you do with me?
Okay, I have a key, so I'm going to use it here.
I don't remember getting a drill manual.
Oh, so key opens several trucks. That makes things easier. Doesn't open this one. Hopefully the next area is the final one.
Commencing recharge!
Yep, it's the final battle. Okay, so...
Yeah, so swap out for a character you don't like to use, and then have Ifrit as your summon, and just use the meteor move where he throws rocks.
Eidolons. Where do I change the... because if I remember correctly, I don't have the formation to summon Eidolons.
Ah, dang.
I can't change that mid-mission, right?
I don't remember.
It's because I have the formation where the characters attack at the same time.
Yeah. Okay, you're not going to be able to use them.
Okay, so let me see which characters I have.
So what you're going to want to do though is, because the robot's going to be climbing on the ceiling a lot, you're going to make sure you got someone with long range magic, and the moment she gets on the ground, you're going to want to use your formation attack.
Okay. Let me see. Sees as Thundera. 8 Blizzara doesn't help me much. Jack has Fyra, not sure if helpful, but Jack is a close range fighter. Queen maybe? Thundera? Yeah, most of my characters have Thundera or Thundega. I think it's the most...
That might be enough.
I think that's the most long range attack I can have at the moment. I'm just not sure if I should be using 8. I think I'll switch for Ram. Just because I have 2 healers and 2 long-ranged fighters. Not sure. Did I save the game? I'm just going to save.
Oh yeah, you're going to want to save it.
Okay, here we go. Time to get wrecked. Here comes the power. And I lost Ram. Really? I just wish Sing could heal me, because I wasn't meant to do that. Because really, when I was about to use a high potion, that's when she healed me.
That's if she's like Donald.
And I think Thundara doesn't help much. And I lost Sync as well. Just stand still for a second. And don't do that. Okay, I wasn't trying to do that. No, don't do that. Damn.
Oh goodness.
I don't know what happened. I was basically pressing circle to dodge, and for some reason Machina just kept doing that attack. Don't know what was happening. Wow, 1 HP. I'm really pushing my luck here. Min has enough MP so she can heal me. I'll just try to do 2v8. Since he's the most fast character here.
Oh good, you were able to get him on the yellow.
Nearly there. And I still have Jack just in case.
Yeah.
And this is another very amazing soundtrack here. And I just lost screen, so here I go with Jack.
Your turn. Roger that.
Although dodging is a bit of an issue here. If I get a close range attack. And it's done.
Oh, nice. Wow, that was pretty intense.
I'd rather have it this way instead of too easy, to be honest.
I guess we survived.
Well, at least I'm a lot stronger than I used to be.
Well, I think that was a very enjoyable mission. I mean, it was really intense. I wasn't sure if I was going to win. Should we watch the cutscenes or we leave them for next stream?
I say let's leave that for next stream.
Okay, so we'll finish here for today.
Yep. And so for our listeners, if you want to continue watching, we do record this on Saturdays and Sundays. On Saturdays it is at 9 a.m. Central Time, and on Sundays it's at 1 p.m. Central Time. Sunday though, this Sunday we will not be recording, but we will resume on Saturday.
Yep, so if you want to watch more of Type-0 and discussions about the Final Fantasy franchise in general, be sure to watch the next stream next week.
Yep, we'll see y'all later.
See ya.